Hi, I'm with Andy McGree, who's one of our physios embarking on a 16-week training program in preparation for Challenge Melbourne next year. So it's week 2 and we're going to go through some exercises that are going to help him rectify some of his weaknesses that we identified in the screening program we did a couple of weeks back. So we're going to start with some glute strengthening or glute stability exercises. So Andy, I'll get you to stand up here. We're going to do a single leg squat. So this is going to work on the control of these glutes on your pelvis while you're in single leg stance, which is good for running and cycling control. So hands on your hips there. What we don't want is that this left hip to drop like that, or your right knee to go over the midline and over your big toe too much while you're doing these squats. So keep your hands on your hips for the feedback. Slowly go down into a squat, keep your knee out over the side, and then make sure that this left hip drops. Slow and controlled, and that really works these muscles here and make sure that they're controlling your pelvis properly when you're in single leg position. So again, not like that and not like that. Alright, so they're the two things we're trying to maintain good control with. So that's the first exercise. The second one we're going to do is up on the bed. We're going to do some foam rolling through your ITB to help manage that tightness that we spotted when we assessed you.
Yep.
So this is a common problem in people doing a lot of running volume. So we use the foam roller as a massage technique to reduce the tension in the soft tissues there. So we just spend 5 minutes sort of going up and down the side. You can sort of roll front, roll to the back just to get through some of the different tissues depending on where you feel the tightness. And if you do find a particularly tight spot, you can stop on that spot there, just sort of pulse over it for a minute or two till you feel it release, and then you go back working through the muscle. And just make sure you spend 5 minutes a day just trying to release all that tightness, and that'll really prevent the incidence of ITB friction syndrome at the knee, which is can be a debilitating problem. The next one we're going to work on is for your posture and also your shoulder flexibility while you're in your swimming. So these areas at the front of the body tend to get a bit tight, so we usually use one of these posture poles on the floor and then get you up into this position here. So you're stretching through the pecs and trying to get these hands to rotate down to the floor, really loosen up that tightness in there. So we hold it in that position for 30 seconds, like we do for any stretch. Then we go into a streamline position here. So you're pushing out straight, locking your hands there, and then pushing down towards the floor. So you're loosening up that tightness in through here and through the chest, which helps your efficiency in the water, able to get into that nice streamline position. And then we go back into this position here. So 30 seconds there, and 30 seconds back up there, just repeating that through for 5 minutes to start with, building up to 10 minutes. All right? So the next one we're going to work on is core strength. So I'll get you up on the bed here in the full push-up position. So because Andy was so good, we decided to skip a few steps. You can start with some normal push-ups, some prone holds, some plank, that sort of thing. But what we'll do is skip to the higher level one for Andy because he tested so well initially. So I'm going to get you in the push-up position. I'm just going to get you to lift this left hand up out in front of you and control this body position here so you're not rotating too much. So if you're rotating back like that, then it's probably a little bit too hard for you. So if you can keep your body as flat as possible and your lumbar spine in a good neutral position so you're not collapsing into extension, that's perfect. And to add a little bit of difficulty into it, we'll swap arms, but this time Andy will get you to extend that left hip and try and keep the stability there. So you're getting some real contributions from those rotational muscles across your core, as well as maintaining your lumbar position. Okay, Andy, so I think that's a good starting point for you. Obviously there's a whole host of other exercises that we can add in, but if you have any questions about any other areas, come in and see us at Physio Health, and we'll make sure you catch up with Andy in another couple of weeks for some more tips on how to look after himself in the lead up for this event. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Corey. Thanks, guys.